How's everyone doing today? Good? Awesome, awesome. So I know it's early, but we have a really, really exciting session for you here today where we're going to introduce the all-new Salesforce Mobile app. But before I begin, let us introduce ourselves. My name is Pankaj Prasad. I'm on the mobile product team.
My name is Wayne Cho. I am a product manager on the Lightning customization team.
Awesome. So before we begin, we obviously have to put our safe harbor statement out there. Some of what we're showing you is still in development, so please make all of your purchasing decisions based on what's available today. So with that, let me lay a little bit of background before we get into it. So in 2013, Salesforce came out with its original mobile app. It was called Salesforce One at the time, and I know many of you still call it that. And at the time, it was cutting edge. It was this app that worked with a lot of the Salesforce custom objects, and you could sort of, as an admin, customize the menu. It was available for all your users. But as the years went on, our customers, many of you told us that you're pretty limited in terms of how you could personalize it. Everyone basically got the same app, and it didn't really work well for many of your use cases. So over the course of the past couple of years, we've been getting all of these feature requests from all of you about how you want to personalize this. So about a year and a half ago, the mobile team took a look at how to solve for this, and we had this Lightning platform that gives you all of this functionality to be able to customize your Salesforce experience. We thought, how can we bring this to mobile? And that's what we embarked on. So the all-new Salesforce mobile app coming in the winter release is built on the Lightning platform. So all of the customizations that you've made, you've invested in on Lightning apps, Lightning record pages, Lightning components are now available on mobile. Pretty cool, right? Yeah? So what this means is the Salesforce app that you know can now be customized in sort of infinite number of ways. The same app that all of your users have can have unlimited number of Lightning apps in there. So for a sales user, you might have the sales, service, marketing apps available to them. Maybe for an employee, you would just have a custom employee app. For a service employee, maybe you would have the sales and service app and not have marketing or analytics. It's really up to you as admins and developers to customize the end user experience. Are you with me so far? Yes. OK, cool. But we really wanted to unify this user experience with what our end users are already familiar with. And so we very tightly coupled the mobile experience with the desktop. So there's a couple things to cover here. The first is we've fundamentally changed the navigation for the mobile app. So previously, the mobile app had a hamburger menu in the upper left-hand corner where you would find all your menu items. We've moved that to the bottom right-hand corner on this tab bar. And so now your users can find all of their items in this menu. And next to it, there's the favorites, search notifications, the three things that our users, our end users, most frequently look for in the app. So they're all sort of thumb accessible for them to find. And what we've done is we've coupled the menu items with the Lightning experience on desktop. So what I mean by this is, for example, if an end user wanted to customize their experience, they could go to their desktop and move the opportunities to the first tab, right? Well, now on mobile, when they refresh their mobile app, the opportunities would now be the first menu item in mobile. It's that tightly coupled. And we took it one step further. So if you as an admin wanted to allow this, you could actually have the first tab in the mobile app actually be the first tab in the Lightning experience on desktop as well. So now end users can decide what their home screen is going to be. Pretty awesome, right?
So as Pankaj mentioned earlier, components, those Lightning components, Lightning customization, customized record pages, they're all that you're familiar with on the desktop. They're all now available on the mobile app as well with Lightning on mobile. So as you can see, that highlights panel, the tabs component, and as you notice, these components with the all-new Salesforce Mobile app, it's actually adapted as well. So that tabs component, where you see the horizontal tabs in the desktop view, but when you're viewing that tabs component on the mobile phone, we actually automatically adapt to the experience that users are accustomed to working with on the phone. So those tabs appear as vertical tabs. And then last but not least, that chatter component, they're all there. Both standard, Lightning Standard, and custom components are now supported on the mobile app. And customizing these mobile record pages with these Lightning components can be done very easily by admins using the Lightning App Builder. We've actually updated and enhanced the Lightning App Builder so that now as admins are customizing these record pages, you can easily switch between a design view, a desktop design view and a phone design view, so that you know exactly how that record page appears on the mobile device for your end users. And we've also added additional granularity so that admins can assign record pages by device. So you can assign a record page to be desktop only, phone only, or that record page supports both the desktop and phone. And then last but not least, one of the cool features of the Lightning App Builder and Lightning components on the desktop is component visibility. Ability to dynamically show and hide components. Well, we've enhanced that feature where now you can update the component visibility to support whether it's available on the phone only, desktop only, or both as well.
Awesome, thanks Wayne. So as you can see, lots of ways to customize your end user experience so it's specific to the user that's using it on mobile. But we've also added the ability to customize the push notifications. So a lot of our customers came to us and said, yes, the push notifications you send are pretty good, but we actually want to send specific notifications when certain events happen. How can we do that? Now, with the process builder, you can create an event for any object in the Salesforce data model and send a push notification out for that to any group or user or a combination of users that you want. It's really very powerful, and we're looking for our customers to really figure out all the best ways to use this to send contextual push notifications to their end users. Cool. How about we see this in action? All right, that worked. Okay, so what you see here on my screen is you see the Lightning experience on the left, and you see our mobile app on the right. And what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to show you how tightly coupled the mobile experience is with desktop. So here, I'm going to take one of my tabs, the Opportunity tab, and I'm just going to move it to the first position. And now, you can see here on mobile, Opportunities a second. When I refresh, it's now the first menu item. So very tightly coupled. It's all being run on the same metadata. And so if I close the app, oops, force close it, and reopen it, then you can see that now Opportunities is the first tab as well on the mobile phone. And so really a lot of personalization ability. Now if I wanted to switch apps, I would go to the waffle iron here in the upper left-hand corner, and I would see all of the apps available. And if I went to desktop, I would see all of the desktop apps available. But we want to make some more apps available on mobile. Wayne, can you show us how to do that?
Yeah, so with the all-new Salesforce mobile app, as we mentioned, we're bringing Lightning apps to the phone. Now, as admins, you actually have the ability to control which apps, which customizations of record pages are available for the phone. So I'm going to kind of quickly take you through this. So as you can see here on the desktop, I have access to a couple more apps. As admins, for the Lightning custom apps that you created, we've added the basically device support. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead, and this charging stations app It's something, it's really an app that our field account reps responsible for charging stations can really use on their phones when they're out in the field. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to make that available. And it's as easy as going to the app manager here. I just switch tabs. And under app manager, go to, I'm going to look for my charging stations app. I'm going to click edit. Give it a second here. So what it's doing now is that it's actually pulling up the setup page for charging stations. And under app options, we now have a set of parameters here where you can add supported form factors. As you can see, it's currently set to desktop only, which is why it only shows up on the desktop and not the phone. So we're going to go ahead. I want to make this available on both desktop and phone. I'm going to go click save, keep my fingers crossed. I'm going to pull the refresh on the app, and voila. As you can see, sales is there, charging stations. I'm going to drill into charging stations as well. And you can see that the charging stations, all the navigation items, I'm going to drill in here on the desktop as well. All of the nav items that are in charging stations app that are available to you on the desktop, they're there on the mobile app as well. So let's go ahead. Let's take a closer look at a record page, a customized record page. So I'm going to drill into a charging station here, Electron San Francisco. I'm going to do the same on my mobile phone. Let's go into San Francisco here. So as you can see, users, our account reps, your end users, they see the exact same customized information of that record page on both the desktop and the phone. Now, however, as we know, customizations made for the desktop and for users in the office are not necessarily what the users want when they're out on the go. They really want more targeted information because obviously they're limited in real estate. They want to be able to access that information much more efficiently. So as you can see here, in this particular example, take a look at the phone, the mobile view here. This charging stations report, it's important when the user is in the office, but not as important when they're out in the field, right? They don't need to know about what charging stations, how many charging stations are active and whatnot. So one of the things that we can do is that let's go ahead, let's create a customized mobile experience for the phone. So I'm going to go ahead, and it's just as easy as editing this record page. So what I did is I just clicked on Edit Page. What this does is that it opens up the record page in Lightning App Builder. For those of you that don't know, App Builder, our WYSIWYG tool that allows you to easily customize record pages just by dragging and dropping components. So as you can see, one thing I mentioned, charging station report, not that critical on the phone. So I talked about component visibility. Let's go ahead. Let's make this component only visible on the desktop. So I'm going to go ahead at filter. As you can see, clicks. It's all about clicks. Client, this device. So for this component, I only want it available on the desktop. All right, so this looks good here. And one other thing I wanted to do was our account reps in the field, what's more important to them is actually information on how to get to these charging stations and where these charging stations are located at. I have a custom component that I created called Get There. What I'm going to do is I'm going to just drag that in there, this custom component. What it does is that it actually pulls the address information of the account and gives the users out in the field directions from Google Maps, or they can easily call an Uber or Lyft. Now this component, once again, only important out in the field. So I'm going to go ahead, add that visibility rule here. Client, device. Make it only available on the phone. Looks good. All right, let me just go ahead. Take a look at how this page will look on the phone device. Looks good. You can see I have that visibility filter on, so I know that this will not appear to my end users. One thing I wanted to do, get their component, this map, it's really important for the users out in the field. So I'm going to just drag this to the top. I'm going to drag it right under our header here, so that this is information that they'll see immediately when they're accessing the phone. I'll go ahead, click Save. And I also want to mention, as admins, you have the ability to activate these custom record pages by desktop, phone, or both. And it just happens that this particular record page, I want it available in both the desktop and phone. So it looks great. So I'm going to go ahead, click Save. I'm going to go back here and keep my fingers crossed. So as you can see, the record page on the desktop looks pretty much the same, which is what I expected. I added that get there component, but it's not there because of that visibility rule. Now, I'm going to pull the refresh on my mobile app. As you can see, that get there component is there right at the top as how I wanted it, how I customized it, and that charging station report is no longer in that mobile view. So, as you can see, I was able to do all this, very quickly without having to write a single line of code. I was able to create a customized mobile experience tailored for our users. So let's go ahead. Let's go back to the presentation.
Let me actually show one more thing on the phone.
All right.
So, as Wayne showed, there's a lot of customization capabilities here. One of the things that we also changed on the phone was we moved all of the actions to the very top. So you can see on the mobile phone, the actions are at the top. And we added a little usability trick here to help our end users access those. So now, if you tap and hold on the bottom tab bar navigation, you can see it enacts a little joystick that allows you to select the actions at the very top. Just one of the sort of usability things we've put into the mobile app to make it a little bit more delightful, a little bit better to use for our end users. Awesome. So with that,
so with that, I just want to mention, I'm sure you're all excited. You guys want to get back and start using some of these experiences. Well, I want to announce right now that coming with the Summer 19 release, late July, we're going to be enabling the Lightning on Mobile pilot for all DE Developer Edition orgs. So you can, if you have a Developer Edition org, you can go back and try out some of these pilot capabilities. One thing I do want to mention is for this pilot, it's actually behind a permission set. So you actually control which users in that DE org has access to this functionality. So that's additional granularity that you can do and get a head start on building these mobile experiences.
in addition to the developer org, we have an open pilot. So if you have a Sandbox org that you would like to try this on, or if you're ready to push this to production, those are both options. Please go to this URL or to our mobile booth over in the platform section, get a live demo. You can actually fill out the form directly there or through this link, and we'll enable your org to actually start to play with this. We're really excited about this all-new Salesforce mobile app experience. We want feedback from all of you as you try it, as you see it in your orgs. If there are things that you feel like we can do better with it, please let us know. We're really excited to have this come to you in the winter release.
Thank you very much.